Hello everyone and welcome back. Today we are looking at Koon's Jedi Starfighter Microfighter. Beautiful thing is if we have yet to get a Koon figure, we can finally get one. And this was like $10, $12, somewhere in that neighborhood. So it's not overly expensive. It would be kind of nice if with some of these we had the full droid, but I will say, because amongst I'm sure some others, I have a lot of R2 series droids, so I can always take the R2 droid and I can just swap the head out here, and now I have a different droid. So we have that available. It is 89 pieces, nice small little set, a lot of fun with some of these small sets. And, I think you guys have seen me do it before with some of these, where I will just take them as a base set, and sometimes I'll take the figure, or I will take the base set, and I'll either get a couple and I will add to them, or I will sometimes just get it really for the figure, and kind of mothball the set itself, so I can really try and create something else. Sometimes I have different things in mind that I'm thinking of when I'm looking at these. So kind of like when we had done the Micro Millennium Falcon, being able to take that same set, and I was able to make a bunch of different ships out of it. A lot of fun. Just let your imagination go. That's what some of these small sets like this, to me, are really for. Just having the fun, using your imagination, trying to just go out there and just be creative. I think it adds quite a bit to the world that way. Alright, or at least it adds quite a bit to my world because of the fact that I am an older gentleman, and I have strange ideas of things to try and build. Whether everyone else agrees with that opinion or not, that's always an individual choice. Okay, I'm supposed to do that. If I have this sitting in the right direction, I think we're good. Except something doesn't seem. Nope. Wait a minute. Now I got it. There. I think I'm going to be repeating this for the other side. I'm guessing that this is going to be here, but we'll see. Maybe I'm wrong. And it looks like I very well might be wrong here. I think I'm building just the bottom layer, and I'm going to be putting all this on top, from the looks of it, at this point now. Okay. Now this is the second version of the Delta Flyer, the Jedi Delta Starfighter. That's what it is. Because the first one had the droid off to the side. The second one put the droid right in the center. And this is the one that we get when we are watching the Clone Wars, before they came down to moving the droid back over, and then they had developed the, I believe it's the Eta 7, where kind of the front is carved out here, and we have more of a TIE fighter looking cockpit than nice small set, hopefully a quick build. Okay, and then that sits back here. That being our base for our droid to go into. Now this seems like a newer piece to me, so I will point that out. This having the extra steps, plus the fact that it's kind of curved here, this seems like a new piece. So if you're looking for new pieces, this looks like a new design that I have yet to see on any of the other sets. Not saying it isn't from some other set, but I have not seen it on any other set. So please keep that in mind. Okay, so I think we're going to start a wing here. Oops. I can only hold that in my hand. Back just a little. So that should be the start of one of those. And underneath, I goofed that up. I put that in the wrong spot. Alright, so now we have it in the right spot. Didn't realize it was supposed to be regressed in there at all. And that sets right there. One click down, and then we're all set. Okay, now I missed something somewhere. Nope, there it is. Kind of trying to hold that all in there. I knew I was missing something. Alright, let's get our second set out. Finish this off. I had a feeling we were going to work on the second wing right away. And when I put this on here, trying to make sure I do it correctly this time. I haven't even flipped it because having done this side, I remember how we were kind of doing it. And the fact that I can also kind of cheat and look at the other one and kind of mimic that. And then to jog the old noggin here and say that there is a piece that needs to go there. That's this one. So it looks mirror image of the other side, but now we got to flip it over. So we can get that piece there. That piece goes there. And so I don't forget this one. It's right in the middle. I put it on the right way. Okay. So that should looks identical. Alright. Now we get the extra flare that we get to put on here. So now we have some of this. If I can get my fingers to pick it up. Now I think I've made this comment before, and I do find it funny because every Jedi in Star Wars kind of has their own ship, their own look to their ships and all that. I really should say it that way. So I guess you could say, yeah, for a movie you want to do that so that way you can say this is this one, this is that one. But on the other hand, when we look at the Jedi Order and what they're supposed to represent, I do find it a little funny, mainly because they are supposed to be kind of without possessions and so on and so forth, and then they're supposed to try and limit themselves from material possessions and everything, which is a very noble idea, and I'm not going to say it's not. But the fact that they all have their own ships and they're all kind of done up in their own way just seems a little on the funny side to me. Alright, that all bricks in there pretty good. Holds all that together. There's our little windshield. Here is our droid. Our little shooters. Alright, so that pretty much finishes that off, and we'll just put Koon in there. So out of the series, we do have a new Darth Maul mech, so we'll see about if we get that one or not. I don't know if I will or not. I just haven't. I saw it, I just haven't figured out if I wanted to pick it up yet or not. So just wanting to be a little honest on that. Now, the nice thing about how they've designed this is your lightsaber can go underneath here. So if you want to take his lightsaber out of his hand, you can put it underneath. Now, I've always thought of these, and you know, please do with this thought as you will. To me, these microfighters like this, through the whole line, this would be for like a Lego movie kind of set, so that way they have small repulsor craft that they can make it look like it's supposed to be the Starfighters, the whatever else, so they would shoot their little movie sets and all that. And being small little ships like this, you know, it would add to the whole flavor of them going here or there. But that's the way I've always kind of looked at these. Now, whether I'm right or wrong, and whether you think that's the most silliest thing that you've ever heard of or not, that's where my mind has always gone off with on these. Just for the simple fact of, to me, it would make some sense to say, hey, look, you know, we have actors that are portraying, you know, whatever figures, whether it's like Imperial propaganda or the Rebel Alliance propaganda or someone saying, you know, such and such, whatever. You would use like the microfighters for your starships, and then they do it like what we do with a green screen behind it, and they're just kind of hovering in front of it, but they would make it seem like they're out in space, just having fun with that. So, like I said, it's my silly mind and just the way my mind works. Now, we do have a few extra pieces here. We do have another hilt for a lightsaber, as well as the blue shooting discs. Blue for the Jedi because they're supposed to be good. And it's funny because one of the last ones we had red for the Empire. Empire usually looked at as bad. So it is funny how we keep that thought going. So with that, thanks for joining me today. It's wonderful having you here. Hope you're doing well, and I will see you in the next video.